guys were wondering when it was gonna get worse? Well, it got worse. This is breaking news that's getting all kinds of hype. I can guarantee you, you've never seen anything like this. Mysterious Chinese biolab discovered in remote city in the United States. And they're wondering if there's a lot more. You guys won't believe how big this is and what they found. What you need to know, coming right up. If you guys happen to be brand new here, welcome to our awesome community where we do prepping tips, emergency preparedness how-tos, and we go over news awareness, stuff you should probably know about. If you find value in that, be sure to hit the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. So I woke up this morning and did my normal routine of scanning through all my news outlets, and this one popped up and I already had hundreds of thousands of views. I was like, oh boy, what's this? It's got China in there and everything and biolab, all that. I'm like, here we go. It says right here, what was supposed to be an empty building used only for storage was home to a black market type of lab testing facility. Now, as you guys can see, this is a warehouse building. Looks vacant. Totally, right? Like you drive by this daily and not think of anything, but the discovery was made after local code enforcement officer noticed this garden hose poking out of the back wall of the building.
In the last 26 years of my county career. So this is, I think, a very unique situation.
A lab operating in Reedley has been shut down after an investigation found it was filled with hazardous materials, chemicals, and medical waste. The lab was discovered last year after a simple violation opened the door to something authorities say was much more disturbing. A facility operating unlicensed and unpermitted.
Okay, don't be fooled. They're doing a little sugarcoating here because I'm gonna tell you guys what they really found, and it's gonna be shocking. It almost takes me back to, remember when I was telling you about thousands of Chinese nationals coming across the border? Well, they slip up, California's right there. Let's go ahead and open up some biolabs. How much trouble do criminals really get into these days, especially if they're not even legal? I'm not kidding you guys. This lab has everything you would expect to come from a villain. Right here, public health staff also observed blood, tissue, and bodily fluids, samples and serums, thousands of vials of unlabeled fluids and suspected biological material. It's almost like they're doing all the crazy science stuff that has to do with a lot of what we're experiencing out there, right? But this ain't stuff that's happening in Wuhan's, it's happening here in the United States.
Margot Warren, the legal action started in March of this year when the Fresno County Department of Public Health worked with the city of Reedley to get a court-issued warrant to inspect a property in Reedley. Through the process, health officials say they found the company Prestige Biotech and Universal Meditech had refrigerators filled with chemicals, human blood, illegal and pregnancy tests, and just under 1,000 mice. But as of earlier this month, all of those materials have been properly disposed of by health officials, and those I spoke with say this is something they've never seen before.
Did you guys hear that? The word that I can't say on here, it had that we all dealt with in 2020. Blood, tissue, pregnancy samples? What the heck is going on? It gets much worse. But before we jump into that, let me really quickly remind you guys, all this crazy stuff is somehow slipping into our foods, into our consumer goods. You guys don't know when it comes to laundry detergent, toothpaste, food, bioengineered ingredients that you don't know exactly what that consists of. All kinds of toxic chemicals that you're using in your daily consumer goods every single day and buying it month after month. You wonder why we don't feel that great. You wonder why so many people are getting cancer. It reminds me of the phrase, killing me softly, killing me slowly. I am telling you guys, you have to pay attention and make sure you know what you're putting in your home for you and your family and make sure it's safe. If you guys don't have the time to do the extensive research that it takes to find out whether stuff is safe or not, my team has networked with the biggest wellness family-owned business out there that ensures all your stuff is non-toxic, 100% made in the United States, and your money supports good agenda instead of the monopoly of what's going on out there right now. At the same time as getting safer stuff in your guys' homes, when it comes to these things that you have to buy every single month, you at the same time need to be voting with your dollars. We get enough people that care, it will slowly defund all that garbage. So what we got is switchwithrhl.com. It's down in the description. It's a group of people from our community that wanted to help. You can take a free tour of our safe shopping club, get some information, a tour of the store, and decide whether it's time for you guys to make an honorable change. The link is pinned at the top of the comments and down in the description below. Let's get back to the crazy part of this story. Can you imagine being the code enforcer that went down this alley and saw a garden hose coming out of the side of this big warehouse and being like, what's that for? I'm telling you, the guy that found this deserves a raise.
It all started back in December 2022 with this green garden hose running through this property in the city of Reedley.
Our code enforcement officer really paying attention, driving down the streets, sees something that looks out of place, stops, knocks on the door, and lo and behold, we discover folks who are storing things, operating in 850 I Street, unlicensed, unpermitted.
By March of this year, court documents show Fresno County, in collaboration with the city of Reedley, applied for a warrant to inspect the property after inspectors found reasons to believe it did not meet health and safety standards. They later applied for a warrant to abate conditions on the property that were deemed a public nuisance. Joe Prado with the Fresno County Department of Public Health says through those orders, they found Prestige Biotech and Universal Meditech Biotech Inc. had biological agents at the facility.
Insane. Check out more of what they found.
In addition to the 951 mice that were either dead or in distress, a state medical waste investigation shows refrigerators and freezers with blood and containers labeled as serum or plasma, and found Prestige Biotech is not registered with the department as a medical waste generator. Court documents also show CDC staff found at least 20 potentially infectious agents from chlamydia to hepatitis. And city staff say those in the lab told them they are making pregnancy teen test. Reedley City Manager Nicole Ziba says they learned the company previously operated in Fresno.
Our understanding is that this company was in Fresno, that there was a fire that displaced them.
So you guys heard that, right? They're back in business for a waste facility, yet they were doing all of that stuff without any legalities. I would suspect it takes a pretty powerful high-up person to get them off the hook and back in business with stuff like that. In addition, they found 900 genetically engineered mice, engineered to catch and carry the you-know-what, and of course living in inhumane conditions. 773 of the mice had to be euthanized, and officials found another 178 mice already gone. Nicole Ziba, a Reedley city manager, said, "This is unusual situation. I've been in government for 25 years. I've never seen anything like this." It says even the health officials were left in shock. Well, yeah, you find all that kind of stuff, the end game, they stay in business? What the heck is going on? And back to the genetically engineered, that's what I'm talking about. You guys go to the store, look on nearly everything these days on food that you're buying, even canned food that most of us are prepping for a hard situation, emergency preparedness, has genetically modified ingredients. Real interesting that this is also dealing with genetically engineered mice. I'm telling you, you guys need to be on your guard. And if you haven't seen this video or this video, I'll leave it up at the end of the screen. It's gonna give you more information on what you're probably buying every single month at the grocery store. It gets worse. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention tested the substances and detected at least 20 potential infectious agents, including the C one that I can't say, HIV, hepatitis, herpes, according to the Health and Human Services letter dated on June 6th. And I'll leave this article down in the description below if you guys want to read through it thoroughly. The agents also found thousands of packaging boxes, many with shipping labels from China. This is a photo included in the court documents of California. Down here at the bottom, it says, "This was a lucky find." A lucky find. How many more of these labs are out there? You know, you find one like this, there's got to be more. And the fact that they said it's a lucky find tells me that they might not find the rest of them. Let me get you the rest of this information because it's just too good not to read out. NBC News reports that the investigation found the tenant was Prestige Biotech, a company registered in Nevada and unlicensed for business in California. City officials spoke with Zyquin Yao, who was identified as a company president through emails, including in the court documents. Officials were unable to get any California-based addresses for either company except for the previous Fresno location from which UMI has been evicted. Further down it says, "Is this illegal lab the tip of the iceberg? How many additional bioagent labs will be found?" And again, this lab was discovered by Reedley, California City Code Enforcement Officer when they saw a garden hose attached to a building and investigated. Thank goodness that guy was one of those guys that took that job thoroughly. Who knows? He may have saved hundreds of thousands of lives. I don't know. This is just an article. You guys will need to do your own investigations on this. A lot of legitimacy references of places, NBC News articles. This investigation into this illegal Chinese bioagent lab must be handled at the highest levels of U.S. law enforcement to determine the comprehensive plan to protect U.S. national security. 100% agree. What do you guys think? Do you agree with that? But the sad truth is the fact that they're already back in taken business from being illegal as some kind of waste facility, I'm chalking this up to some high up powerful people are probably in control. Again, this was too crazy not to share with you. Hopefully a lot more people out there will be investigating warehouses, especially if there's a hose coming out. And don't forget, switch with RHL.com if you guys want to start investigating on getting safer stuff in your homes. And if you want more information on what's in products that you're probably using, including food, these 2 videos right up here are full of crazy information. Stay safe out there, community. As I know more, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.